Hey, Gore.
And I shot literally.
Blake's going to be in his first video.
Oh, look at that. First SPO video. Nice, congrats.
Night, so
I was gonna say, is he been around?
he was there last night.
It's a big deal.
There you go, Dale.
Third recurve, Dale.
There you go. Good. Now you just got to get that butt.
How much you another Dale?
Old school recurve with electric bike.
Yeah, electric bike and a recurve bow.
It works. It's wonders. It's the best combo in the world for the bike rack.
That is
Go through?
Yeah.
The picture's awesome. Dude, the picture's awesome.
Entrance. I said quarter two. She was quarter one.
The picture's awesome.
Yeah, of course, right here. Come on. Yours is going over the time.
Yeah.
Is this yours, Caleb?
All right, guys. Welcome to the Deer Shot Podcast, presented by Siman Brothers Outdoors and the Leaky John Boat Company.
He went and watched a movie that has a $200 million production budget, and then the next thing he watched was our video on YouTube that has a $0 production budget.
This is the first buck I've shot in over 10 years.
Your track job was the first fun track job. That kind of like, I think part of my life was influenced by that night.
Then you miss him 3 times with a rifle at 70 yards on video for the whole world to see.
Yeah, that's what Caleb did. 5 years ago, we couldn't shoot a deer at 100 yards with a slug gun. Now you're shooting turkeys at 100 yards with a shotgun.
Joey takes
The shop is closing up.
Make sure he takes all his right antlers. You can't leave anything.
All right, guys. You're out. You can get out of it.
Here we go.
Silence over.
Sounds over.
We are.
Deer Shot Podcast 122, I believe it is. It's 122.
122. Sunday afternoon.
Sunday evening, Ohio's gun season, December 7th. Caleb, Isaac, Danny, Gore. And
Dead bucks.
Jeez, if you're watching
It's littered with dead
bucks. What a week, guys.
Yeah.
What a week. Let's start off with huge Packers victory. We were in the shop here watching Packers. Fuck yes. Big win over the Bears. Love every second of it.
We've already been drinking some beers, so
Couple
couple beers throughout.
Couple few. West Virginia deer camp video. We touched on it last week. It's been 2 weeks since it's been released. I'm not going to be able to read through all the comments right now because there's just been, I think,
There was like 50 comments last
61 now. So like,
I've read a few.
and they're all good. So they're all super positive.
Yeah, we get a lot of
Was there
good feedback.
Was there any negative at all? I don't think I saw one negative.
My cousin using his middle finger to shoot.
Oh yeah.
Other than that, and I don't know where he got that from.
I noticed it when because I was the one filming. I'm like,
Yeah,
he's shooting with his middle finger.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know if that's
a weird
Did
thing.
you send Police Academy or what?
No, I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Couldn't tell you, but I'm not sure if that's how he's just always done it.
Oh, the one comment I do remember, they're like, he said, "Are you guys going to quit hanging your stands and actually hunt or something?"
Yeah, I replied to that one like, the goal would be yes to never have to fuck with stands ever again. But unfortunately, when you only get down there once or twice a year,
It's 5 hours away.
you got to check your stands to make sure they're safe. You got to put up, just blah 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 blah. Like yes, I would. Right, I would wish we wouldn't be hanging them while we were down there, but it's just part of the experience.
Yeah, and then there was another comment like along the lines of like, "Oh, do you guys go down there to like party, or are you actually going to hunt?" But as we talked about in the recap, we
Both
do
of them.
what? Yeah, we do both, obviously.
camp,
But I mean, that's 3 days of
The first 3 days
yeah,
are
the
for
first 3
party.
days is not even
It's like
open yet. So I mean, what are you going to do?
We do some people do archery's in, and like the diehards know that we do that as well. But like if the weather's just a little bit bad,
Right.
and a couple beers get flowing,
Yeah,
am I waking up for bowing?
You're not going out. You're
Yeah,
not going out.
we ain't going bowing. Fuck that.
And we're not just walking behind the cabin and going hunting. It's an effort to get out.
Oh yeah,
Right.
especially since the road's not
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
You're dedicated.
Which we talked about that in the last.
But yes, thanks to everyone who watched the West Virginia video. It was the number 2 premiere all time YouTube. 16 years of us having a channel. That premiere was the number 2 most watched day of all time. And thank you to everyone who answered the trivia question.
Oh, yeah.
The movie was Excalibur. These
Terrible
guys
movie.
hated every second of
That's
it.
when I went to bed.
Do you want to know why do you want to know why? Do you want to know why we were watching Excalibur? Because we watched
Indiana
I think
Jones.
it was Raiders of the Lost Ark before that, and we are talking about, man, that is such a good 80s movie, action movie, and someone in their drunken stupor is like, but it had no tits. And I was like, I'll show you an 80s action movie like
That's
epic
got
like
boobies
That's
in
got boobies in it. So
But the rest of the movie was terrible. Hard to even watch.
no, you just had to I gotta explain this to my wife. You had to understand what it was like to make that movie then, and what it was like to have then, and you had to watch it with appreciation of what it was for the time. Like, of course, an '80s
I seen
sword and sorcery movie isn't going to compare.
I
to
seen Monty
now.
Python before. That was better than that.
Listen, this
Literally, Monty Python and the Holy Grail was better than that.
Well, that's an all-time great comedy movie ever.
Because that's same era. That's 80s, right?
Yeah, they were literally made probably on the same sound studio. Like,
Just so much more enjoyable to watch.
I remember a time it reminds me of at Carlson's ambulance service when Caleb's like, "Oh, best movie ever! You guys are gonna love it," and puts it on, and we're all like, "This is fucking horrible."
what was that one?
I can't. Maybe something
Excalibur.
into America or something like
Oh,
that.
no.
or-
God damn it!
Do you remember?
The dudes at work say the same thing. No, it's Into the Wild with Emil Hirsch.
that movie.
See,
Yeah,
see.
it is. It's a good.
But if you're
Nah,
if
we
you're
were done.
I've been on one of those
movie.
trips before.
listen, if you're a small brain, if you're one of those small brain people, a movie
Yeah.
like that doesn't work for you because you're like you got to think deep
yeah, that's
about
the frontal lobe.
Yes,
people.
exactly.
Right.
Yeah, like you turn Step Brothers on and they're like, and then you turn on an Academy Award winning movie and they're like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, that's gay.
Alexander Supertramp.
Alexander Supertramp. But anyways,
That's funny.
I hope you guys enjoyed last week's podcast. We had Spencer and his wife Shannon and then Kyle Gray on for the first time. They'd never been on a podcast before. They told a story about their bucks that they killed. And it was very good. I enjoy getting guys on like that. It took a little bit for them to warm up, but if you start listening, through the middle of that podcast towards the end, it was a lot of fun. We were laughing and joking just like we are here. It was a great podcast. They're good friends of the deer shop, and I'll probably have them now that they're in that category of every year when they kill a deer, they're going to want to be on and tell the story, and we're going to be rooting for them. And they made the board up there.
Yeah, you put them on the board.
They are. I didn't. Yeah, Luke must have put them on the board. Someone put them on the board, but
Man, I just got on the board, and how long I know y'all?
we've known you since the fire.
I think you were on the board last year too.
10 years?
Yeah, I think you were. I think you made the board last year.
Did I?
Yeah, I think you were on the board last year.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Just checking.
You're on.
You know? It's just-
Yeah.
The board is full.
The board's
It
not
is.
updated for Danny. The board's all bad for Danny up there.
It is.
It's not
It
good.
is.
Yeah, we
Oh,
gotta
I
fix
noticed. I noticed. I noticed.
Listen,
point
I'm
of-
usually not on the board actually, so I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Totally redeemed myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Isaac's adding Danny to the board right now. This is normally where I do the part where I shout out all the bucks that were killed this week and give like local props to people. But since gun season just ended a couple hours ago, we're not quite sure how many deer were killed. I'll tabulate all that stuff for the next podcast and we'll give out the shout outs and stuff. So I'm going to skip over like shout outs for people, except for Ethan ran into a gentleman at the general store yesterday, a local hunter, James Roberts. He actually killed our number one buck that we had left on this farm this year on Monday. And we didn't know he had been killed. We heard the shots. Isaac heard the shots. He was only, I measured it out. He was 100. How far were you? 209?
298 from where the picture was taken.
298 yards from where he killed it. Congrats to James. Back, in our younger years, when something like that would happen, we would motherfuck the guy up and down and hate his guts. But we're old now, and I'm glad a local guy killed a good buck, and there will always be another buck. So, Congrats to you, James. He killed old Fat Boy. Fat Boy's done. So we've lost Fat Boy and Split Ear this.
So I was only hunting ghosts for a couple days until we found out about it.
You chose the right stand. You were 298 yards away from where he took his last breath. So you were close. But it happens. It's all right. There's always another deer.
Always.
Always
yeah.
another deer. Like my deer this year. We had no idea that he existed last year, so it don't matter. Always another deer. All right. It's time to start talking about the stories. We get the business out of the way quick. Yeah. I only said one thing that I had to delete in post podcast.
Just a little tinge.
Yeah, only one thing. We're excited. It's been a good day.
Yeah.
I spent all day at a
Kale's been watching Packers and drinking all day.
went to a 1-year-old birthday party first.
Drinking.
I may have had.
I would hope so.
Oh,
I-
1-year-old's birthday party.
I may have had a couple, and unfortunately, the person whose child it was unable to join us. I would have loved for him to join us in this podcast because the story of what he did is probably going to be basically the centerpiece of the video. Him and Gore, their 2 bucks are going to be the main part. Tyler's daughter turned 1 today, and we had she actually turned 1 that day. He killed his buck. For everyone listening, Tyler killed a fucking slob, and it's in the video that you're going to be seeing before this podcast. But I'll hold that story for when I can get Tyler on. He's never been on the podcast, even though he's one of our best friends and a big part of what we do here. But he deserves to be able to tell his story, and you will have already seen it in the video because it's fucking awesome the way how it went down, and everything's good about it.
I can't wait to see the footage. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's perfect. I mean, 2 buddies go out, hang out, hunt, shoot a fucking big deer. Like, life don't get much better than that, man. Life don't get much better than that. So, but since Tyler ain't here to tell his story, we'll just go right to Gore because he killed on Monday.
Opening
day. And this Mr. Chris Gore a couple of years ago may have been a little bit of a punching bag for some of us. Doing a lot of hunting, not a lot of killing, but damn, dude, damn.
Yeah, I made it happen this year.
You took the deer shop. You took the deer camp crown last year. Biggest deer in camp. Took the money last year down in West Virginia. Shot 1 brow. Beautiful story. Awesome. Everything about it was awesome. And we got the text messages on Monday. You were down at the farm and just Jesus.
You just said big buck down, I think.
Yeah, you didn't say giant fucking.
Well, I mean, I was excited. That's all I could get out was big buck down. I mean, this is. Yeah, I didn't really have really time to process it. It happened so fast. We have maybe 1 picture of this buck coming through my food plot.
So last year, 2024, we had 2 big 8 points running your property. One was technically a 9, had a little kicker. He was the biggest deer on the property last year. We got a lot of non-cell videos of him smoking scrapes. We had cameras on scrapes and stuff. And he was the deer, one of the 2 deer that we were most excited for looking to this year.
Right.
And then for the audience, this is Washington County, Ohio.
Yeah.
This is fucking EHD Central mass panic.
Epidemic.
Everyone, no one's killing deer. The harvest numbers are down like 60, 70%.
Almost canceled the season.
Yeah, they almost canceled the season.
They talked about canceling the season.
The harvest numbers are down like incredible amounts.
So this year, my dad he texted me a couple days ago, said that opening day of shotgun last year, I think it was like 450 deer.
Yeah, I saw the same graph.
And then this year it was down to 62.
And
opening day only.
That's all the deer.
Yeah.
You were one of 62 deer killed in the whole fucking county.
Yes.
Wow.
So they're at like 16 to 20% of the deer that they killed last year on opening day.
Crazy.
So when to go back to what you're talking about, 2024, this buck's all over the cameras. We ran cell cameras down there all year, from turkey season all the way through. We had trail cameras on the food plots and one on the mineral lick down at their cabin because we can only keep them. The cell cams can only be up high for service purposes. And like you said, you went through all the pictures. We have 1 trail camera picture of this buck the entire year. We knew he was there, and he's probably on the non-cells that we have not checked yet.
Yes.
Because we haven't checked them since we set him up in September or somewhere. We went bow hunting down there once, right?
Yeah.
So we set up the non-cells have been there and probably have him on there. But this deer was not smoking the cell cameras and not very common, even though we knew he was kind of in the area. But
yeah, and we meant to go back down, switch out our locations and everything like that.
And our time management's bad.
Yeah, time was bad, but I mean he came in the same area that I hunted last year.
Did you sit in the same exact spot?
I did. I sit in the same exact spot. I took a smaller 8. Last year, it was, we weren't really taking deer off the property. It was kind of like, hey, we need to kill.
You're in year 4?
I think
in the 4 or 5? Maybe
4 or 5, possibly.
I made the video for the YouTube audience. I made a video about the farm and the whole history of it prior to the season. I think I think it's 5.
And honestly, I feel like we're still just kind of scratching the surface of the potential down there. And everything like that. We're still learning the activity of the deer and everything like that. So, but I've been hunting this spot. It's kind of a new spot. It's not out of our stands that we hung together or anything like that. It was a last-ditch effort. Last year, I went to this spot in the second gun season and sat on, a flat down from the field where these deer can still come around out of the pines and still see the field, but yet they're kind of on the same flat as I am.
Yeah, like Gore's property now, there's, to paint the picture, it's very steep. The cabins on a lower end, they have a central valley, and then they have, it's kind of hard to explain, but as you go south of the property, it goes way up, and there's 20 acres of tillable. So he has 20 acres of ag up top, and then on the backside of that, it goes back down real steep, and there's, for lack of better term, steps or benches. There's these 50-foot wide, from, I don't know if they were
Some sort of strip mining.
Yeah, probably some strip
or logging,
mining
maybe.
a long time ago, because there are very mature trees on that lot. So if it was,
probably 50 years ago
or more, there's some like,
could be in the 20s.
Yeah, so there's some old strip mining. It creates benches. So like, as you go down the ravine, there'd be a 50-foot flat, and then you go back down another 100 feet, and then there'd be a 50-foot flat. And there's 2 or 3 of them on each ravine.
Yeah.
And you're over the top on the ag on the first bench.
Yeah, that's where I was sitting, kind of on that first bench. And last year, I mean, we talked about it in the podcast, I took a smaller 8 in that area and decided to go back this year, kind of that same spot. We weren't getting a lot of pictures on cell cams or anything like that.
Which that was our fault for not moving the cams to scrapes. And
yeah.
We probably would have been like, whoa, there's a lot more deer here if we would have been able to get that shit moved. But
right, and then on top of it, like, long story short, like, we had crops, we didn't have crops, then we had crops again this year.
Corn, crazy corn.
We had corn. I mean, corn that was 12 feet high. I mean, it was nuts. So, our cell cams on our food plots when the corn was up was doing very well.
Yes,
and
especially
then,
your dad's.
Right,
your dad's was doing really well.
Yeah, very well. And then when the corn came down, we weren't really getting a lot of pictures in the food plots themselves, and we unfortunately didn't get down there due to time and everything like that to change them around.
Your food plots, both the food plots the cell cams were on, we were on our clover chicory plots, so it got cold quick, and there was some heavy frost, and like instantly, like, that shit went dormant. And it's like golf course level height right now.
Yeah,
it's small,
absolutely.
And then there's 20 acres of cut corn. We just were unable to get the cell cams moved.
Right.
So.
Right.
We weren't getting an accurate picture. Yeah.
So I, like I said, I decided this year that I was going to go to that same spot that I killed the 8 last year. My dad and I, we walked in together. Excuse me. And, we were kind of talking on the way. I was like, I'm not like super confident in the spot that I'm in. I mean, even though I killed one last year, it's just I don't know the area that well. Yeah. I only hunted it for about 45 minutes last year as well. So, I mean, I don't know the area that well.
Yeah.
Didn't see a lot of deer or anything like that. But I did know that they come out of there. Out of those pines, they come around the point and they kind of walk that flat. So I was like, you know what? We're going to try it. And I did mention, I was like, I'm not very confident. And then my dad and I were talking about Grandpa and everything like that, and how, Gramps loved shotgun, and Dad's like, oh, I wish he was here and everything. So we had that conversation.
Your post made me tear up a little bit there.
Yeah,
dog.
I mean, we had that conversation as well. So, and for the people that are listening, I mean, my grandpa loved shotgun season. It was other than West Virginia, shotgun was like his time to shine. He loved to go out, and shotgun hunt and everything like that. And this was a property that my dad and him went on together and bought. And I don't even know if he actually made it down for a shotgun season or
I think
not.
he hunted maybe one in his Radix.
Yeah, he might have got one out of it.
A little bit. I think he hunted a little bit out of his Radix.
Yeah, but the year that he passed, we were down there and we got the call. I mean, it was like, Monday morning, opening day of shotgun, that he wasn't doing well. So, like, we left midday, shot back to, Seville, and, he just, we obviously didn't hunt that year or anything like that. So,
good thing we killed the hell out of the bucks in West Virginia.
Yeah, no kidding, right? But, Dad and I having that kind of conversation on the way into our spots, it just kind of, brought it all together. And, I went to the same tree that I sat in last year. It's there's 2 logs down, and it's like a nice little, you can lean your back up to it.
Take a nice little nap.
Yeah.
So you're not even in a stand. You're on the ground?
No, I was on the ground. I was ground hunting.
Nice.
Yeah, we don't have a stand back there or anything like that.
That's old school right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was sitting on pretty much it was almost like a chair. I mean, it's kind of like I said, 2 logs down. There's a tree on my left that is big enough to pretty much cover me, which is nice. But
Very large tree.
yeah, very large tree. But like I said, I mean, it happened so fast. I'm sitting there. We're only 45 minutes in, and I hear stomping pretty much to my left, and I'm like, well, that can't be good, And I kind of peek around to my left-hand side, and I see the right side of the antler.
Do you think he winded you?
Oh, I definitely think he winded me. And I don't think he knew where I was, though, obviously.
So he's looking around. He was suspect.
Yep, he knew something was going on.
That's what's nice about gun season.
He was on the same flat that I was sitting on, and he's, trying to make it through there. And, I mean, he was only at that time probably 30 yards away from me.
He snuck up on you that quick?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You didn't hear him?
No, I heard a bunch of squirrels to my left, and I've been watching these squirrels to my left
I was
the whole
thinking,
time.
Monday was crunchy as fuck.
Oh yeah, no, it was crunchy. It was definitely crunchy. But I heard squirrels were going crazy that whole time. Watching them going up and down the hill, on these trees and everything like that.
So the one time you decide not to look, because,
right?
Yeah, it's just a squirrel.
Yeah, exactly.
He's right there.
I'm
It's
just counting
this
off.
fucking thing.
Right, just oh, it's another squirrel. But I happen to just kind of peek around the tree and I see this right-sided antler. And I'm like, oh, that's a mature buck, So I'm kind of, shitting my pants a little bit because I am not ready at all. I kind of have my gun like in between my legs, and face mask down. I kind of, I'm like I said, behind the tree. Bring the face mask up a little bit. Kind of start bringing my gun up, and he's stomping. He starts, wheezing and snorting and everything like that. And I'm like, oh, I blew it. He's just.
What were you shooting?
12 gauge Ithaca.
Damn.
That my grandpa actually gave
37?
me. Yeah, that my grandpa actually gave
Oh,
me.
that's sweet.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
Damn.
Yep.
You're going to make me cry.
So Gramps actually gave me that gun as well. It's the first time
Hell
I ever
yeah.
used it, And
That's special, man.
yeah, oh, absolutely. That's what I mean. It all
That's
just comes
awesome.
together.
Get the chills.
Right? Yeah. So I'm thinking I blew this, right? He's just going to turn around and go back where he came from. And next thing I know, he kind of just takes off down the hill. And where I shot last year's buck, there's this down tree with the big roots up and everything like that. He's behind the roots, and I had the gun up in between 2 trees and everything. And I'm like, if he steps out, he's done, And it's the same exact spot as I shot my 8-point last year.
Damn, dude.
And he stepped out, and I, put one in him, and he went barreling down the hill. At that point, I do a nice little, ninja roll to my left.
I would like to see Chris Gore do a fucking ninja roll.
I didn't do a ninja roll, but I did take off to my left.
Sounds like a Chris Farley move if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. So I did like a 5-yard dart to my left because I was like, I'm not letting him get away.
Still, don't think it was a dart.
Like it was a smooth move though. You would have been impressed. So I moved to my left a little bit to kind of get another, angle on him, and he got back up and started walking like right in front of me, and he was just standing there broadside. So I put him down.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's kind of like your story parallels Isaac's a lot, because when we get to Isaac's eventually, he's like, Isaac just kept shooting at this deer, just like looking at him.
Yeah, he didn't take off like, back the other way or anything like that. He just went down the hill, got back up on this another flat, and just was standing there looking up the hill at me, and I put another one in him, and that one finished him off. Bulldozed another 3 yards into another.
Where was your
tree
first
that was
shot
up.
at? Was it good?
It was good. It was
Brisket shot, kind of, right?
Yeah, it was like kind of, behind the right shoulder, in through his neck, and he probably wouldn't have gone.
Yeah, it would have killed him.
Yeah.
It definitely would have.
Especially with a 12-gauge slug.
The second one was money. Mm-hmm. There's scope on that thing?
Yeah. Second one was money. Put him down. Everything like that. So then I'm watching him for another, like 25, 30 minutes.
You stayed up?
I did.
You didn't go down to
I
him?
stayed up because he was still kind of like moving his head around.
Yeah.
He was in like, when like the trees fall and he's in that freaking hole of where the roots came up. He was in that.
Okay.
So I knew he wasn't really going anywhere.
Right.
But I had the binos on him, and I'm just watching him because he's kind of like trying to lift his head, put it down. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to chill here and just, make sure, he's not going anywhere. And at that time, I'm probably texting you guys like, hey, big buck down, like freaking out. And I could tell in the binos that he was big, at least on the one side, because like he was sticking out from the ground, pretty far. So, and I thought he might have been a 10. at least an 8 for sure. And, finally, no movement, nothing like that. 30 minutes go by. I eat my sandwich, eat my little Debbie Christmas.
Did you have the right sandwich?
I did have the right sandwich. I packed my own.
You didn't have your dad's sandwich.
No.
You ate your little Debbie. So I saw the Uncrustables Snapchat.
Yeah, I had an
You're
Uncrustable.
smoking an Uncrustables like celebration.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Celebration Uncrustable. Also eating the, little Debbie Christmas tree.
Did you have a beer in your pack?
I did not have a beer in the
Damn,
pack.
that would have been nice, huh?
So then I finally go down there and I see him and, I'm like, man, this is the big 8.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that we've been after.
Yeah.
So, from there, pretty far down in there, in that ravine, unfortunately. And, got him out, everything. I take him over. I drag him probably another 30-some yards to, it's probably like an old logging road that goes down into the ravine. And I shot him about 7:45, so I sat till about 10. And then my dad ended up coming over, and we got the side-by-side, and then we got...
Did your dad know you had shot one yet?
I texted him, like pretty much right away. And they could hear it. I mean, he's on the other side of the phone from me.
Yeah. Was he in the Braddocks?
No, he was on the... so where we hung that stand behind the Radix?
Yep.
He was down below that.
Okay.
Sit on the ground.
Yeah, in a ground blind, though.
Oh, there's a blind out there?
Yeah, we put one up.
Nice.
So I got a hold of him and Steve, who's pretty much an uncle to me, and we, had to get the side-by-side and a 100-foot rope and a tow rope, and it still did not reach all the way down to where it was. I mean, we had about about a 100-foot rope, a tow rope, and a winch that was about, only 30 feet.
Yeah.
But still had to drag him up the hill at least
May or may not
15 yards.
May or may not have broke his leg a little bit.
Yeah.
So like for the eye, it's just steep. It's just real steep down there. Like, could some men get it out of there? Yeah, but holy fuck,
Oh, it took everything I had just to get him up, like to the spot where I needed him to, and then there's like a flat, and then probably only like 5 feet to another flat, and at the time it was just my dad and I. And I'm like, all right, Dad, you stay where the tree.
Listen, old man. Rip.
Yeah, you stay where the tree is. I'm gonna pull him up to you. You hold on to him. I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna pull him up.
Right.
I couldn't even get him up to him.
Yeah.
Like it was
this ain't like our West Virginia deer.
Yeah. It was ridiculous. So
this is minimum 5-year-old, probably 6-year-old buck.
Yeah, if you're listening and not watching, he's 147 and change.
Yeah, we ended up measuring 147 and change. We didn't weigh him, but
huge.
I mean, he's probably 250, 260.
His body was as big as all the rest of the bucks we've had in here.
Huge.
Yeah,
Just
big
huge.
body.
And he had the longest tail from butthole to tip.
16
ever
and a half or something?
16
tail's
and
this long.
change. 16 and change on this guy's tail. The longest fucking tail we've ever seen.
Pretty sure I'm gonna make a hat out of it.
I mean, yeah, tell Grossenbacher to keep that shit. Make something out of it.
But yeah, so it was a chore kind of getting him out of there and everything. But I mean, it was definitely exciting. I mean, it like I said, it just happened so fast and everything like that. I didn't get him on video.
Right.
And my GoPro was giving me some issues in the morning because it was so cold.
The fucking GoPro batteries, dude.
Yeah, I mean they were smoked.
Fucking Danny, by the way, your camera's right there.
Oh, right. No,
Make sure you take.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I tried to do multiple interviews in the morning. And
I saw that you're like, all right, here, and then like,
yeah, and it
all right, the GoPro.
Yeah, it just kept dying on me. It kept dying on me, and then after I killed him, I actually switched out the battery, so I was able to get a little bit more footage and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, it just, like I said, it just happened so quick that he took me by surprise, and luckily it worked out. He stayed in the area and didn't take off behind me or anything like that. So,
are we gonna move your dad's dog bone stand over there?
No, the dog bone stand's not going over there. We got some ideas where we want to put some things, and like I said, I think we're just kind of scratching the surface of that property, and there's definitely some spots where I think there's some potential big bucks that are running around that we're just maybe not getting on camera.
Yeah.
So,
we'll
have some work.
What I love about it is, like we said, 4 or 5 years hunting down there. We've been, you guys built a cabin. We've been putting in food plots. We put the radixes down there. We've been going down there shed hunting. We've been going down there turkey hunting. We've been doing like all these things. And then like now we got payoff.
Right.
You know, we got
trophy buck.
forever buck payoff. You know, like now it's all worth it. We got
absolutely.
the giant buck killed on your property. Like that's the way you draw it up.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's fuel for 10 more years of struggle right there.
Oh, I'll tell you what. After seeing him and getting him out and everything, I mean, it got me excited for next year already.
Yeah,
You know,
just it's that motivation to
pre-gaming of like, all right, now I want another big one.
Yeah.
You know, like
It's like a drug.
Let's keep them going.
It's a good fucking drug.
So yeah.
Well,
but yeah, that was the story.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, boys.
Jesus Christ, Chris Gore.
Appreciate it.
Current deer shop number 1.
Yep.
All right, Danny.
Your turn.
You really want to hear this dumpster fire?
Yeah.
You really want to hear this?
I mean, it ended well.
It did end well, but man, I tell you what, getting there was just like it was.
Yeah, hold that sucker up for the audience.
It was just.
What'd yours tape? What'd you tape him?
145 and 4/8.
Oh, I got you by.
I know
2/8.
Just but
who cares, right? Damn.
Yeah, no, really,
Damn.
who cares? I mean, like just.
We talked so for the audience who thinks like, well, that's a condescending statement. We were talking pre-podcast, like we're to kill a 150-inch whitetail.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
there's
has to.
50 plus years of hunting at this table. 50 plus years of hunting, and probably how many bucks have we killed at this table? 40
Probably.
more.
Yeah.
If you count the little basket racks from West
That's
Virginia,
that's what I'm saying.
I got 'em
Exactly.
lined up,
That's what I'm
I
saying,
have a
man.
box full of those.
Out of
Yeah.
all the deer that this entire table has killed, raise your hand if you've killed a 150. It's just wild.
Nope.
It's wild.
It is.
wild.
They got to have everything, man.
But
And
we
I
got
just,
2 145 sitting
just
here.
giants. They're giants,
yeah.
man. And without a doubt, yeah, I wouldn't hesitate
No.
at any.
There's not a year in my life in any state I ever go hunting in
Yeah.
where I'm not shooting these deer.
No, no, hell no.
Yeah,
There is a 0% chance
I
that
mean,
I'm passing these deer anywhere I ever hunt with any weapon anywhere ever.
amen.
Ever.
For sure, man. My season started off like just with a bang. I mean, I had 5 on my hit list that I knew of. 2 farms, 5 mature whitetails in this same category. And I was amped, man. I was amped to get going with it. It started off really bad. It started off really bad. I first encounter was November 2nd with another mainframe 10 that I had on camera. I had this guy on camera all off season. He disappeared though around October, like first week of October. He disappeared.
Yeah, they just one of them things, right?
Yeah, he just disappeared, and you just kind of honestly, I kind of forgot about him. I was chasing another 10 that was there all the time.
And that video is up right now, so if you guys want to watch it, it's on.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah, so it's on the Last Real Bow Hunts, episode 9, Deer Camp Chronicles. When you're listening to this, it's 2 episodes ago, but Danny's entire story of what he's talking about is on there right now, so you can watch it.
Yep.
Yeah, you
Yep.
see all that footage, all those fucks.
And he did great. He did a great job filming all of it.
Man, so my first encounter with him, wasn't as dramatic as the one that you guys are going to see. But I rushed the shot. I got really excited and, clean miss, which is a good thing, obviously. Hit a twig or stick or something like that, stuck in a tree, and it just is what it is. The good thing was he really didn't know what happened.
Right.
He kind of just walked off and whatever. But in my head, I'm thinking, that was the opportunity. That was it. And you start thinking about, well, if I only would have done this, if I only would have done that, and so to make a long story short, when I got back to the truck after said incident, I'm in my head. I'm not thinking clearly. I take my gear off. I put it in my truck. I get ready to go, and thud. When I put it in drive, and immediately I knew what I had just done. And they probably heard me screaming from the it just like. I immediately so I got out of my truck. I ran my $2,000 crossbow over, and I
We don't mean to laugh.
Yeah, no. Hey, we can laugh about it all we want right now, but So my shoulder is jacked, and unfortunately, I haven't been able to get on my Matthews, but we're working towards it. So for the past couple of years, I've been picking up the Mission crossbow and just getting out there. But yeah, Matthews doesn't warranty stupid. So that was that was a blow, and honestly, I thought my wife is going to kill me. She is going to kill me, and but
I got to go buy a new bow.
Yeah, God bless her though. So I go out the next day, make a run down to Amish country because that was the only place that had one in stock, and I like what I like, so I picked one up and got it sighted in that evening. Went back out November 4th. Had a brand new buck that I've never seen before. He was a great deer, probably in that 130, 140 class. And I saw him chasing does all morning. Finally gave me an opportunity. I grunted him in 25 yards, put the 20 marker right center mass right behind the shoulder, squeezed it off. Everything looked good, felt good. Everything was good about it. Got down after about 30, 45 minutes, check the arrow. There's pink blood on the fletchings. Everything looks great. And to make a long, Isaac was there.
Yeah, that was the one I came out.
Yeah, he helped me track it and even got a secondary opinion on it.
Which I couldn't believe that we didn't just walk up on that deer or something.
I know. It was just some things in the deer woods you just can't understand. You can't explain it.
Yeah,
you can't explain it. Like and to just put a nail in that coffin, I had our buddy Chris come out with the drone.
Yep.
And we grid searched a 2-mile radius. We didn't find him alive. We didn't find him dead. We didn't find him anywhere. It's like he up and vanished.
So I've been, some of the guys like to, how do I say this? We poke fun at drones a lot, but we don't have a problem with proper drone recovery being used to recover a buck. But I've been on some drone recoveries where, for whatever reason,
Turns into a scouting mission.
Well, no. For whether it's conditions or some unexplainable reason, sometimes like Anthony's buck this year that we have barely talked about on the podcast, probably haven't talked about on the podcast. We had a local buck. They can't even find the drone operators, and they're good. Chris is good.
Oh yeah,
he's real good.
Oh yeah,
can't find the deer they're looking for. It happened 4 years ago. Bird's Nest, when Bob shot Bird's Nest, he knew the buck he shot. There was blood, we couldn't find him alive or dead, and he showed up alive a week later. So, how far
pre-drone we've tracked some deer quite a long distance. I think some of these deer just run.
I mean, West Virginia,
and in 5 minutes they can run. Shit, they can run a mile.
We tracked Chris's dad's deer in West Virginia in 2019, like 5+ miles.
And not to give anything away, but Danny's hunting in big field country.
Yeah, that should be easy to find.
But when we tracked that deer, he ran out into a field, then back into the woods. So he could have hit one of those fields, and some of those fields are connected. He could run for a couple miles in a field.
Yeah, Danny hunts big ag. I mean, big.
Yeah. And they were all cut and plowed and whatever at that point. So he could have headed north, and he could have kept going over the track and just kept going.
Yeah, it's crazy how these drones sometimes, a lot of times they're like boom, instantly. Like there he is laying there.
Sure.
Oh, blah blah blah. But then other times, like this deer that you shot, like they can't find him alive or dead. He's gone. Wherever he's at, he's fucking gone. He went in a cave.
I had to, and trust me, I didn't want, after paying another $2,000 to replace my crossbow, I didn't want to have to eat another $300
Chris,
to pay.
Did Chris charge you full?
Oh yeah, he did.
Damn, I thought you known him for a while.
Oh, I did. But
I'm calling you out,
hey,
Chris.
Hey, the man's
that's
got
low, bro.
Hey, you said 300. That's not full though.
No, because he didn't find it. Had he had found it, I would have had to pay the full.
I mean, I'm not knocking guys that had to run a business.
No.
Come on, Chris.
I don't.
Really?
No, I don't do business with friends because I'm expecting a discount. I do business with friends because I like who they are, and I'd rather pay them than some other schmuck. But no, he is good at what he does.
No,
He's
Chris.
good at what he does.
Chris is the guy that our group of people and our extended group in the Medina County Hunters area. I mean, Chris is our local guy.
Yeah, he's good at what he does, and it was just one of those things where you'll just never know what happened. I mean, 3 years ago, I 10 ringed a 140 class 10 on that same farm. He went 365 yards up the side of a freaking ravine and across. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. But I found him. This other one, it'll remain a mystery.
And you're still bow hunting. They could dip, duck, dodge, and he could have turned and ducked just the right way. That it went in and went back out. Didn't hit anything vital. Rode the rib cage. Rode the back straps.
Who knows?
That brisket shot with the bow is the worst because they bleed.
Yeah, I mean, you have that cavity you got to get in where the diaphragm and ribs are. And if they ducked a certain way, they can ride a bone and ride out. Yeah. And you can get a pass-through arrow, can look good, but you didn't hit anything vital. Yeah,
I mean, so moving forward, it took a lot for me to, persevere past that. So, that buck that I missed November 2nd, I mean, I had 4 other encounters with that deer.
Yeah.
That just does not happen.
Is that this deer?
No.
Different deer.
No,
That's the one from the video.
This is the one from the video.
Today.
The one from the video.
The 10-pointer?
Yeah. I mean,
released today, but 2 weeks from when this podcast airs.
The footage that you see on that episode was, so the time before that, I kept seeing him coming into that field on the opposite side of where I was. And the time before that, I actually called to him, probably a couple 100 yards, but he heard me. And he came in, and I watched him come in. He was 50 yards, and I'm like, nope, I'm not taking it. I'm just going to let him go. He wasn't there. But, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to go grab a stand from another farm, and I'm going to do a hang and hunt and just see if I can capitalize on that thicket where he's been coming out from. And it worked. I mean, it worked perfectly, aside from the fact that I royally screwed it up. But I do believe if I had the buck decoy that time, he would have went to push that decoy out.
I don't want to interrupt you again because I've already done it 3 times. But it's my podcast. So in all your videos with your buck decoys, they posture that thing and they circle it, but when they get to the butt, that must be where you hold him. That must be where you're holding him.
Dude, I spray it down too. I try.
Every deer gets to the butt of your decoy and does the lunge, the 20-yard lunge, and they look back like something ain't right.
Yeah.
But they posture that like they all give you a shot.
Oh yeah.
They all give you a shot, and then they get to the butt and they like freak out.
Yeah.
What's up with that? You think?
I don't know. This is the first year I've hunted whitetails for 30 years.
Yeah, same for
I've
us.
never used a decoy.
Yeah, this is the first time we've ever used one too. So
But
we're not experts on it.
Yeah, I'm just like, you know what? That spot is perfect for one. And you saw. I mean, it worked.
Every other buck came in and gave you a shot.
Oh, yeah.
There was that one. He'll be nice next year.
That
one,
yeah.
Like, younger 10 that was snotting in the video.
Oh, he didn't like
posturing and giving you a 20-yard broadside.
Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe it's a body language thing. Like, they get behind that deer and the deer doesn't move, so they're like, something's up with it.
Yeah, they know.
They just
because the deer obviously is not moving.
It's crazy. In the video, every deer that gets behind the decoy like does the jolt. Like, whoa.
Like, maybe they're expecting that deer to move no matter what, and then it doesn't. So they freak out.
Just an interesting note because I just edited that video.
The really interesting thing is the does really didn't mind the decoy at all. Like I've heard and read and researched that does can really, like they can really just they'd be cool, or they don't want any part in it. And they a lot of does hung out and they didn't give 2 shits about that decoy.
I mean, I did the one decoy hunt this year, and those does came up and checked it out, and they weren't freaked out.
Yeah.
But the buck, it was a very pathetic little buck. He did the same thing. He came up to the front a little bit, and then he started posturing, and he came up right behind. That must just be what they do.
Did he freak?
Then he freaked a little bit.
Yeah.
And kind of went off. But
all Danny's deer were freaking when they got behind it.
He circled right behind him, came to about 5 yards behind him, and then off he went.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They did the same on Danny's. It's weird.
Well,
it's cool though.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and they're probably expecting that deer to circle, and obviously it doesn't.
Right, it's not moving.
Yeah, it's not doing something natural, and then they're like,
"But we need to get one of those things where we can spin them like a turkey decoy."
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah, stakes that move.
Yeah,
but I could have shot that deer too, but he was a half rack 3-pointer, whatever he was.
Well, that hang and hunt worked perfectly. That buck came out with the doe. And he pushed off another buck, which you'll see in the footage. They kind of walked off, and I didn't think that I was going to get another opportunity at them. But then they ended up actually popping back out on my side. There's a big thicket up on top of there. I mean, it is nasty. And this farm that I hunt, there's not a lot of mature woods there. So
there's only one tree I like.
Yeah,
That one oak tree.
There's really it's really hard. It's hard to hunt it, man. The
And
deer
it's cow
love it in there.
It's old cow pasture and horse pasture now with a lot of Osage.
Yeah, and it'd been it'd been
it
logged,
is.
so like there's nothing mature around except for the one oak tree. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's tough.
scrub
that
brush.
when he came back out, the story you're telling right now, he came back out and hit that scrape was like the money shot.
Oh, dude, it was. Well, but you don't realize at that point when he hit that scrape, he was 90 yards away from me.
Yeah.
So I had to I had to just kind of let things play out. You know what I mean?
That's why I love filming bow hunting because there's no pressure to get your shit ready because at 90 yards you're good. You
Yeah.
can film, you know what I mean? Like you're doing your thing. Gun hunting makes it stressful.
I know we start filming and we're like, wait a second, I can shoot that deer.
What am I doing?
Well, he put on that show, and as luck would have it, that doe just started heading my way, and he was tailing her, and they got to a fast pace, and he came right across my line at 30, 35 yards, and he would not stop. He wouldn't stop. And again, it was just one of those things like, well, it's now or never. And I squeezed one off, and arrow went right over top of them. Clean miss. But again, they didn't know what happened. But that was the last time I seen that buck. And
He sat there. He sat in that field and stared at you for like.
oh, he wasn't even staring at me. He had no idea what happened.
Yeah, but he was like he sat there in the field and you videotaped him for another 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
After the miss.
Oh yeah. They no idea what happened. So I'm just like, I can't believe it. You could even hear it in the video. I'm like, missed. I'm like, I was just like, that doesn't happen to me. Okay, it just doesn't happen to me.
Well, it did this year.
Oh, it did. Oh, it definitely did. Oh, it definitely did. And to bring this all to a climax here, opening day gun season. I had stayed out of that farm for damn near a week and just letting it just relax.
Marinate.
Let all the other guys out scouting just push everything over to me and let them feel nice and comfortable in that thick creek bottom that I got down in there. And I was excited for opening day.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of opening days in my time, thank God, but this opening day I was excited. I got out plenty of time, but by the time I got to my stand, I was sweaty as all hell, so I got cold real quick.
You know anything about that?
I know a lot about
Oh, dude, it was so I'm cold quick. The coffee, creatine, and protein bar was starting to kick in. I got a brick in the bottom of my pants. I'm like, damn it.
I killed my biggest buck after taking a shit in the woods too, brother.
You have
Here we go.
I know about
Cheers to that.
You have
know
got
about
to be kidding me. This is not good. This is not good. So, at this point, so I'm in a stand in a thick creek bottom. I mean, like you said, Osage orange, just thick, gnarly stuff, and they just love it. It's a funnel down through there. So before I do anything, I'm looking, see, is the coast clear? I'm gonna hang my gun up and put my hands in my pockets because I'm freezing, dude. I'm freezing, and I don't see anything. I don't hear anything. It's completely dead calm at first light. So I take my gun and I go to hang it up and I hear a twig snap and I look over and there he is 40 yards down in the creek right where I killed that other 140 class 3 years ago. And he I mean, if he would not have seen me before, he would have came right out in that same direction. I would have got him right there at first light. So all I see is him hightailing it away from me, and I'm just like, the feeling of defeat was just overwhelming. Where I was just like, okay, I don't care. I'm getting down from my tree stand right now. I'm taking a fat shit right now, and I just don't care. I don't care. I want to go home. I hate all of you. I hate deer hunting. I'm done. I stuck it out though.
Did you take the shit?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. There was no way, man. There was no way I
Keep
was gonna
dude
make
wipes
it.
in your back?
I carry a TP.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I've hunted long enough to know that you don't go in the woods.
Yeah,
without
you
a
missed
roll.
enough shirts and sleeves.
Oh
socks.
yeah.
You got to start packing.
Was not going to sacrifice a sock on that morning. So day goes on. I'm seeing deer, but and to make matters worse, literally 15, 20 minutes after this buck spooks and runs away from me, I hear a gunshot come from that general direction. I'm like,
Always.
I'm like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like,
always,
yeah, he's
always
dead.
happens.
Yep.
He's dead.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Yep.
The
You know?
gunshots Isaac heard actually were our number one game.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that one.
So I'm not expecting much, but I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna stick it out. So for the afternoon, I went up to that same stand that I hung and did the hang and hunt and whiffed on that other 10. Now I had this guy come back a week and a half, 2 weeks prior to all this happening. So I knew he was in the area again because that last encounter with that 10 was the last encounter. I haven't seen him since. So this guy moved back in. He was the big buck on campus, and there was, so I'm like, well, maybe he is still alive. I'm gonna go back up there. I've had camera pictures of him. So I got back up there and settled in for the afternoon. Had a nice. He'll be. I think he might need 2 years, but next year he'll be hard to pass. Probably about 115, 110 inch 8-point come in. Mind you, I wish I really would have been able to film the. Yeah. Sorry, buddy. Hey, it's a good buck, bro. It is.
But I'm telling the story of my really big one right now.
So my fourth arrow camera base arm, one of those hunts during the rut, the little thumb screw that goes in the bottom.
You got the new fancier one, right?
Yeah, the little thumb screw though that goes up in that bottom. Especially when you got cold fingers, you're up there and fiddling with it, and before sun up, damn thing dropped. I mean, I searched for it and and I'm like, well, I'm not going to get one back in time, so I'm just going to go out and see what I can do. And my GoPro batteries died quick, so
of course,
sadly,
know anything about that?
Yeah, I know all about that.
Sadly, I was not. I was really looking forward to getting this buck on camera or a buck on camera, but as luck would have it, I guess it is what it is. But so anyways, I watched this buck come in, did exactly what I would want him to do. He vacates stage left. We're starting to get into the power hour here, and
call it the witching hour.
Yeah, witching hour, power hour. You name, it's getting prime time.
Yeah.
It's prime time. It's prime time. And I'm just watching does just funnel in from all corners into the field.
Because everyone else has bumped the shit out of them all day.
Oh, just tons of them. I mean, and so I'm got my binos up, I'm glassing, and they're all coming in from the opposite side of the field, and they're all slowly starting to work my way, and I'm watching them, and I'm like, there's got to be a buck around here somewhere. I know I've been on that farm long enough to know that with that amount of does too,
right?
There's does that are still coming into
Yes.
estrus that time.
Factual.
Absolutely. I'm like, there's got to be a buck that's going to be checking them. Mm-hmm. There's got to be.
I want to reiterate, big ag. Big.
Oh, yeah.
But like Danny's fields these aren't 30-acre fields. These aren't 20-acre fields. They're big fucking fields.
Yeah. I'm looking across a good 350, 400
big,
yards.
Big.
And I'm focused on that wood line where those does are all come from. A few of them ran out. So I'm like, there's got to be something chasing them or something,
Right.
So I'm focused hard. I put my binos down, and he is literally 60 yards, like right there, like he would just dropped out of the sky. I mean,
no idea where he came from.
No idea where he came from. Well, I know now. I know where he came from. He came from back behind me from the neighbors, and somehow he eluded me because there's a wood line that comes up from that corner, and I can see into that cornfield. And I look back there because I've seen him come across there before. But I did not see anything. I didn't hear anything. But there he was, 60 yards, like right to my right. So I'm like, oh, my God. This is really happening. So I put my binos in my pouch. I grab my gun. By this time, in just a split second, he's already making his way towards those groups of does
he's
to
on
check
mission.
them. Didn't care about didn't care about eating. Didn't care. He was headed towards
Was this the same
those
stand he busted you out of in the morning?
No, this is a different stand.
Okay.
Yeah,
you were
different
hunting west side and then you moved to east side?
No, I was on the east side, but I was further south. I kicked him up. He went north.
Okay.
He bedded in that nasty
I'm trying
stuff.
to put together in my head because
Yeah, you know the property.
Yeah.
And
I came to help pull you out of the woods, so I was trying to figure out.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm thinking like,
Uh-huh.
I gotcha.
Yeah, so actually, without even me really even knowing it, my move was just perfect.
Yeah.
And So he's on his way to go check these does. By the time I scope him, all I can see is his ass and rack. And I'm like, well, do I give him the old Texas heart shot? And hopefully I'll be able to
Answer that question, Isaac.
No.
right, you know?
And also this deer that we're watching right here on the TV, also Texas heart shot. No, don't do it.
Yeah.
Like,
So-
yes, it'll kill your biggest deer.
It can be effective, but you're not going to get any meat.
You're
out
not.
of the
You're going to
deer.
lose so much meat.
Yeah.
Because it just the stomach explodes.
Well, that too. I was like,
And like when you go to gut him, like the inner loins, not a chance.
Yeah.
Some of the backstrap, even possibly, not a chance.
well,
I'll tell the story on my book.
yeah.
with the season I had leading up into this point,
mean-
I'm like, don't do it.
To kill a buck like this, though, yeah, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. It was hard. Trust me, it was hard. But obviously, prior to this, I had rushed shots when I normally don't.
Yeah.
I had tried to make things happen when I should have just let things cultivate.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Play out.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and so I'm like, nope. I'm gonna see how this goes. So he's walking away, and I got my scope on him, and as luck would have it, he turned broadside at about 110 yards, and
Bad move.
yeah, and I'm shooting a 450 Bushmaster. I am perfectly comfortable with 100 yards, 150 easy. So he's right in my wheelhouse, and of course I'm up there freehand. I'm like, oh God, please! I'm like, so I kick my leg up. And I'm like, all right, I got it right on him. He stopped. He's looking right at me, and I just squeeze it off, and he just drops like a sack of potatoes, dude. And I'm just like that feeling. So I am just over the moon, ready to do a swan dive out of my tree stand to go run to this deer. So I call my wife, and I'm like, I got him. He's not moving anywhere. And just at that very moment, I saw his head pop up. I'm like, I got to call you back. I'm like, I hang up the
I'm
phone.
surprised you didn't do the old 2-finger. Dude, send a report over that way. you know?
Dude, I scoped him again. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Because when he first dropped, head was down. I mean, he was down. And I'm
Right.
like, he ain't going nowhere. But
Yeah.
when he lifted his head, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Like I'm waiting for him to run off at any moment. You know, I'm like, with the season I had. So again, at this point, he's laying on the ground. I can see his head up and his ass. That's what I can see. I'm like, well, I can't put another lethal shot into it at this point, really. I'm like, so I'm like, all right, I'm going to grab my pack real quick, and I'm going to get down, try to circle around and get another lethal shot and put him down. Every time I'd go, he'd start flailing and whatever, and I'm just like, keep the scope on him, see, make sure. Well, he ended up finally turning, and I put one more in him, head down, and that was it. It was game over, and there was no ground shrinkage on this buck. I mean, he got bigger as I walked up on him, and I couldn't be more happy. I couldn't be more happy with this buck.
No, there's no way to be.
I mean,
Yeah. So what do you say? 145?
145 and a half. Yep.
He's a 9 with. He's about a 10. He's that one.
Yeah, that one's
Yeah,
it's a
it's a
10.
little.
We'll call
That's
him
a
a 10.
10. That's a 10.
Yeah, we'll call him a 10.
You can hang a ring on that.
But if he was
old school. That's an inch either way.
That's a West Virginia
There you go.
thing right there. You
Oh,
hang a ring on
Hang
it.
a ring on that.
Yeah, I see it hanging
There
there.
it is. That's a 10 all day.
yeah, tenner.
Boom, tenner.
Right,
All right.
there.
Oh,
Tenner.
yeah.
Yeah, Danny calls me and he's like, tell me the story. And then he's like, where you at? I'm like, I'm already getting off my couch and putting my pants on. I was like, Linda, I'll eat dinner when I get back. I got some shit to do. And we went and did a little video in the woods. So he got to polish off some of that kill bottle and
Hell yeah.
loaded him up in the truck. I didn't tell you. So I went to the gas station after that. After I left you in the field, after we loaded up the deer and all that shit, I went to the gas station. Then I was heading back home, and I was driving down the road, and there was like something in the fucking road. So I was like, whoa, shit! And I'm like, I drove over it. And I drove a little bit farther, and there was something else in the road, like this big white thing. Like, oh shit! I drove over it, and then I'm like, oh. His tonneau cover's open and all his corn bags are all Danny's corn bags flying off the road. I kept slamming on my brakes because there was like this white thing in the fucking road. And then I'm like, and then I waited. I wasn't gonna tell him until the podcast. So I drove over like 4 of your corn bags. because they were flying out of the back of your truck and landing on the road.
Oh my god!
It's like I kept hitting my brakes. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, God. And I'm like, oh, some of Alex's corn bags.
Oh man!
Yeah, big ag country, Ohio. There's corn bags everywhere.
So when I went to recover that deer with you, I didn't see no corn piles nowhere.
There was one over to the left, over where the thicket is, but he wasn't going to the corn.
Yeah,
he wasn't going to the corn.
Pretty typical.
Pretty typical. Yeah,
I mean,
these big bucks, they're not about that during daylight, during the rut, especially early, like late rut, early gun season.
No,
you'd be hard pressed to find one to go slurp corn early. Like that.
Not to mention, I have that beautiful food plot that I planted for him. The ungrateful bastards won't even touch it.
Well,
Yeah,
so
I've been there before.
I talked to you about that.
I know.
The brassicas. If you,
Hey, I bet you they're eating it now
yeah,
I'm really not getting a lot of pictures.
because they're eating ours now.
well, so like
watch
we,
it.
Still not in
and I told you the exact same thing a couple years ago. Nick made a brand new food plot, not the one he made this year, but he made a brand new food plot. That's probably more than a couple years ago now, probably like 6 years ago. And the first year, those things grew to be like 3 feet tall. The most beautiful, picturesque brassicas in the world. Bulbs as big as basketballs.
Yeah.
The deer are like, what the fuck are those?
Yeah.
But fast forward 6 years, and there's very large killer bucks going through said food plots.
Well,
Like, it just takes time for
I
so
get
it just
that.
takes time.
Yeah,
Our
I get
PA
that.
buddy, our food plot extraordinaire, Jason Say,
Yeah.
he said that deer have to learn to eat those brass.
Because they don't know.
Yeah, they
If
don't
they
have
go-
It takes a couple years for them to be like,
Right.
oh, wait, that is good.
our
Because
brassica,
there's none of those around here.
Right.
People don't plant those for crop around here.
Yeah.
yeah, and if they do plant for cover crops,
The
they're
Amish.
planting the radishes, and they're very thin. Like it's not like a lot. You know,
They end up being this big.
our brassica food plots are doing better, especially since they got cold. Like the deer are kind of smoking ours now. But-
Right now, it's like the hub of the farm,
Yeah,
basically.
And I like I told you, I would like to see you turn that food plot a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Add a
That's
water
definitely-
hole.
Yes.
And then clover chicory. Go back and weed whack it every once in a while. You know, that clover chicory to me, yeah, it's useless right now, but October, November, bow hunting, and then like late summer.
Yeah. Yeah, there will be some adjustments made in the off season, and
And the brassicas are good for the soil. You'll tell them under and they'll rot.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be all right.
You know what? And I really didn't do a whole hell of a lot to get it to where it was. I was actually very impressed. I was very impressed with
And
the
if
drought
anything,
season.
if anything, those brassicas are going to really improve your soil. And
Yeah.
stuff for,
And
for
the first
future
time,
planting.
and the first time you plant a food plot, you got all the nutrients that have never been tapped into crops in a place like that, and they
Yeah, yeah, it looked beautiful. But I think the biggest sore spot is I paid all that money for that elevated blind. I didn't hunt it once.
You will, though.
Hunt it
Yeah,
once.
you will.
You will.
That'll
I
pay
know.
off.
will.
Yeah, I
There's
didn't
years
hunt
we
it
don't
once.
ever hunt out of ours, and then this year we killed 2 bucks out of ours. So like,
yeah, but our one we didn't hunt.
no,
But in
I didn't
years
sit.
past-
I didn't sit 1 foot in the one elevated
Cross
blind this
street?
year, not
yeah,
one time.
but in years past we've hunted it a lot.
I hunted that the one year.
Yeah, it's
And during
They're
muzzleloader
investments.
probably stuff, you'll be able to shoot some deer out of that late season.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
I love hunting out of a tree, though. Honestly, I did it so that way I could bring my kids and they could be like moving around doing
Right.
their
Oh,
thing
we
or
hate
whatever.
we hate
but
blinds.
Right.
I love
Hate
being in a tree.
Yeah.
But Jackson and I killed a buck on the other farm, and we were in a double tree stand. Because I just wasn't getting the action there
Right.
for me to feel confident to bring him there. And it worked out for us. Obviously, I'm sure probably a lot of you guys saw that episode, but we'll see how it goes. But lots to do in the off season. I'm looking forward to it, like you, Chris. Man, I'm like, now that all this is done, I'm raring for.
Oh, yeah.
I'm raring for
Excited.
next year, man. I'm raring for it.
Excited.
Yeah. Well, Danny, listen.
Hey, cheers.
Hell yeah, man.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Thanks, friends. Appreciate y'all.
It's good buck.
Don't worry. There'll be a shitty, rainy, sleeting day in a couple years during gun season or muzzleloader season or archery season. We're gonna be like, damn, hell yeah! I like this blind. It'll work out. Trust me.
We got a nice Radix sitting in the woods that hardly gets used.
We're gonna move that one next year. It's gonna be a
Southern Ohio
chore.
right now.
Yeah.
where
It's
we're
gonna be a
like,
chore, but we'll move it.
Chris, we're out of beer.
No
No.
way.
My truck has an entire case unopened.
All right.
Before we get to Isaac's story, and Isaac's already, I
gonna
know
go grab
Isaac's,
some beer.
Isaac's already looking at me.
It's not that late, is it?
No, it's not late at all.
Take a little.
8:50.
All right, beer.
Do you need a pee? Pee break? Pee break. All right, pee break. All right,
We're back.
Isaac. We're back from peeing and beering.
Peeing and beer, and had to get a case of beer out the truck.
Yeah, we kind of went through some beers today. Did that ever do you know anything about that?
No,
Oh, no.
I don't drink.
All right, my gun season. We're just gonna go with my gun season on that.
You don't want to tell the rest of the season? Isaac wants to be done.
It was pretty uneventful per se. It all leads up to this gun season. But we had a new buck show up. He was here in the summer, here once or twice during bow season, showed up during the rut.
Fat Boy?
Fat Boy, yeah.
So
we're starting with Fat Boy.
He was a mile away in the summer.
Yeah.
But lots of videos.
But then he showed back up mid-November?
No, I think it was late October.
Late October?
It was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like late October, early November. The first couple videos, we weren't quite sure what it was. And then all of a sudden there was like, whoa.
Yeah. So he showed up big time, but he was real sleeting. Like he would show up on 2 cameras one night and then be gone for 3 or 4 days.
And then daylight. He would
daylight
yeah.
on one camera and then be gone for a week. So there was nothing super consistent about it. But coming up into gun season, he was my main hit list buck, and we pretty much had dialed in where we thought he would be.
Yeah.
If he was going to be killable on our property, this is where he would be.
There was 4 cameras in a row that he was hitting.
Mm-hmm.
They were pretty good in a row. Like it was a consistent pattern of where he would show up if he did.
So we knew where he would be, and unbeknownst to us, days later we would find out he was right there.
289 yards.
Yeah. So I was hunting this buck named Fat Boy, also hunting truck nuts, which is he's an older buck with giant old nuts.
I love
on him.
it.
I talked about him on the podcast a couple.
Yeah, he was on a podcast a couple weeks ago. He was ugly buck for the whole summer because
Yeah.
he's just ugly. His face, he's got an old grizzled face.
Yeah, I think he's an old deer. Kind of, he's an 8-point, little funky looking. I think if we ever got our hands on him, he'd be bigger than he looks in his pictures. I think.
But his face is like rounded per se.
Yeah.
It almost looks
Like he's got a I don't know, his nose.
He's ugly.
Yeah, ugly deer.
He's fucking ugly. But then,
and he's got big swollen.
yeah, all of a sudden he showed up with some swollen testicles the size of fucking basketballs.
truck nuts.
2
Truck
of them.
nuts.
2 basketballs in between his legs.
So he
Sounds a little rough.
Fat Boy became the main hit list, and then Truck Nuts was the secondary deer because Truck Nuts was a lot more consistent. He was on the cameras every night,
every day. Yeah.
and he was daylighting, and he was 50 yards away from me when I was gun hunting or bow hunting a couple days before gun season. I never saw him.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, but now looking back, I can see the area where that camera is, and I remember that morning when he came by. We got a cell cam picture of him coming by. There was a turkey over there, the lone turkey.
Yeah.
I've seen it a couple of times by himself.
Yeah, it's a hen though.
Yeah, by itself.
There's a lone hen that just hangs out by herself.
It
She
was
goes
back-
she goes and hangs out by the water hole.
It was
and just
back there all gun season by itself,
that's
flying
kinda-
up trees. So that turkey was over there making some ruckus. So I don't think I was watching every little sound. So he just came by and went off.
You sneak through.
Yeah, he snuck right.
I mean,
through.
you wouldn't have been able to shoot him.
And we had a cell cam video of him. He looked right at the camera and ran off. So that was one of the
Or he looked at
situations.
the turkey.
But in the video, he looks right at the
Yeah.
camera, and then goes back the way he came from. So he would have never gave me the opportunity. But I was hunting Fat Boy opening day, Monday morning, and I didn't even see a deer that morning. I don't think.
No, you were very down.
Yeah. So I was down, and I heard a shot close. I'm like, joking. I was like, "Oh, Fat Boy's dead. Heard him die."
Not a joke.
4 days later, we find out he did get killed.
Yep, by that shot.
Yeah, Ethan ran into somebody at the general store, said, "Hey, I shot this buck. This is where I shot him, blah, blah, blah." Fat Boy died 50 yards off the property. 6 yards.
6 yards.
6 yards off the property.
The picture is 6 yards off the
About 300 yards from where I was sitting that morning.
289. Not that I'm counting
Yeah,
numbers.
but
Yeah, right.
in the meantime, obviously, Fat Boy disappeared off the cameras.
Yeah.
We got pictures of him maybe the Saturday night before.
He was back in town. When we were coming back around from West Virginia, he showed up and it was like, okay.
Yeah,
like,
so a
he's-
couple days before gun season, he showed up.
We had him at the camera a mile away. Like the night before.
yeah.
We had him a mile away, maybe even the night before gun season. So he made some moves that day. But regardless.
So he was gone. We hadn't got any pictures of him for a few days. I'd been hunting hard in that area, not seeing any deer.
No. Ethan hunted that area too once and just saw only does.
Yeah,
no
seeing
bucks.
does, because a few small bucks. And number 2, Truck Nuts, what we called him, showed up on our Southside farm.
Shifted.
Yeah, shifted. So I started hunting him and this other buck we called One Brow
Yeah, a random deer.
Yeah, random 4-year-old. We got some pictures of him earlier.
Yeah, it just has one brow time, but
he's about 120 inches probably, maybe a little bit.
He would have been. He's literally a clone of the buck he killed last year.
Missing a brow time.
Missing a brow time.
Yeah. So I shifted focus to them, new area. Saw him the first time I hunted. Saw the one brow buck.
Got some video.
Yeah, got some video. He stayed in the woods. Probably, if I wanted to squeeze a shot, I could have shot him.
How far would it have been?
Could have been a 100-yard shot through the woods.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I was hunting on the field. He came through the woods. Then he went up and away. I could have, and the people that film know that you miss some, especially when you're rifle hunting and filming, you miss a lot of shot opportunities when you're trying to film.
Yeah, because you can kill him. And
Yeah, so I'm trying to videotape him and shoot. If I would have just focused on shooting, I definitely could have shot him. But so I'm trying to video him. He was following 2 does.
It's a game we play.
Yeah, game we play. He gets away, blah, blah, blah. I'm hunting the same area. 2 days later, I think.
Yeah, because at night, the trail cams were just ripping.
Yeah.
You know, like, not ripping, but at night, we were getting bucks that you would shoot on camera, you know, after dark every night in that area. So,
yeah, so he went off. I wasn't able to get a shot. He kind of went farther away, blah, blah, blah. Showed up all that night on multiple different cameras in the area. So I'm like, oh, he's here. You know, I'm going to get an opportunity. He's going to come out following them does again. And that's exactly what happened. But there's a little bit of a niche to the story. That evening I'm hunting, I see those 2 does, probably the same 2 does, start creeping out of the bedding area, coming into the field.
This is Friday.
It's Friday.
Yeah,
Friday. Friday of gun season. So these deer are on edge at this point because they've been getting chased around for 4 days. But these 2 does start coming out, and I think they saw me or heard me because I'm in a Radix blind, but I have all the windows open. Gun season. Got all the windows open because I want to be able to see and shoot. I look over and they're looking at me at 50 yards. So I don't know if they're programmed to just look at that blind to see if somebody's in there or if they smelled me, maybe saw movement, blah, blah, blah. So they kind of turn and start going behind me, and then I see a bigger body behind them. So I'm like, oh, shit, it's that buck. Do a scramble to get the camera over to him. I get the camera on him. I see the white rack, 8-point sight. I'm like, oh, that's him. In the scramble, I'm able to...
He pulled an Isaac. In the scramble, he pulled an Isaac.
This has happened to me several times. Once in West Virginia, it just happens to me. I'm shooting out of the back of the blind, so I get the camera all the way on my right side. I get it on him.
Yeah, you showed me I haven't watched the video yet, but you sent a snap of...
Yeah, so I get the camera zoomed in, get it on him. Then I move the camera a little bit because I knew he was going to walk a few steps. And then I rest on the side of the blind. He walks those few steps. I shoot. Unbeknownst to me, I leaned in front of the camera. So you see him start walking, and then you see me just creeping right in front of the camera. So all of a sudden, it's just the camera goes brown because I'm leaning in front. And when I shot, I hit the camera.
I've done that before.
I did that for a turkey hunt last
right.
spring.
I've done that more than one time. I've shot and fucking hit the camera.
So not only did I lean in front of the camera, I also would have knocked it off anyways. But I filmed him right before the shot, and it ends up being a different buck. But, I mean, there's more to the story right here. I shoot, and I don't hear the thud, which I'm shooting a 450. It's an AR. It's short barrel, but I can usually see the shot and then hear the thud. Didn't hear nothing. He kicked and ran off strong. Like, I'm watching through the scope after I shoot through the woods, so it's kind of hard to follow him. But he goes off strong. I'm like, I don't know if I missed him, but he kicked, didn't hear impact. Every other deer I've shot with this 450 has either gone down or wheelbarrow down. Like, it hits him hard. So I'm like, son of a bitch. Mm-hmm. And there's probably like 45 minutes to an hour before dark. So I'm like, I'm going to get down and go check the impact spot.
Isaac has this theory of like, if you have a gun in your hand, you're good. Like, it's hard to explain. It's not hard to explain, but it's, you can do some things during gun season that you wouldn't do during bow season.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, you jump him at 100 yards and he's staring at you.
Yeah.
Shoot him in the face. You know what I mean? Like, you got a rifle in your hand.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which, to a point, is pretty true. And I wanted to see if I...
Only pretty true.
Yeah.
If I wanted to see if, I hit him. Because I don't want... if I didn't hit him, I want to, have the rest of this sit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to... Because all these deer bed where he went. So I don't want to dive in there if there's no proof that I hit him, because from what I could see, it didn't look like I hit him. Didn't hear an impact. He didn't, he didn't look hurt at all. But I get to the impact site, and I find some hair.
Which is impressive for the distance. How far of a shot was it?
Probably 75 to 90 yards. Pretty far through the woods.
Yeah.
Like, it was a tough shot, and there was some twigs and stuff too. So
I try keeping that edge clean as I can.
I'm like, maybe. So it wasn't on the edge.
But to the south, I mean.
Yeah, it was all the way south.
I just try keeping.
That's an impressive shot. Through
I try keeping the south side of that radix, the woods, as clean as possible. It's not meant to be thick, but
my shot felt great, so I'm like, that's why I was so weird. Like crosshairs right on, squeezed off, nice shot, and it just the deer didn't do what they normally do when you shoot them with a gun. You know.
You actually always say that you've never missed with a rifle.
Still haven't.
Son of a bitch.
I haven't missed.
That might be the best fucking quote I've ever had on this podcast.
So I haven't missed. I have missed back in the day with slug guns
Yeah, Brennick
Or
open
like-
sights.
and muzzleloaders.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah.
No, you
Well,
didn't.
Maybe not.
No, you fucking didn't.
We've told that story in the
I
past.
found that doe that you oh, I missed him. You just didn't want to deal with walking around in the snow. You killed
I
that
couldn't
doe.
find him.
I did.
Anyways, moving on. I find a little bit of hair, and I'm pretty sure that I'm like, well, it took me 20 minutes of walking in circles to find the impact spot. Because if anybody, especially in the snow or trying to find the impact shot in the woods when you have nothing to
And there's
reference
100
off of,
deer tracks.
million tracks,
Right. Yeah.
million tracks, million beds. But I find all of a sudden I find hair, then I find a little bit of blood. It's like, oh, okay, I hit the deer. So I wanted to see, you know, is it a blood trail? It's just a little bit of blood, a little bit of hair. I don't see shit. I walked for maybe 10, 15 yards.
After you've been circling for 20 minutes.
After I've been just circling that little area, like 10, 15 yards down the ridge. I was just circling a little flat down the ridge. And I'm like, these are his tracks. I could definitely tell these are his tracks. No blood at all, which I was like, this is so weird. Where the hell could I hit him? I didn't hit him in a leg because I would have been able to see that when he was running off.
Yeah.
So he would have wheelbarrowed or whatever. And then some bitch just jumps up in the valley. He starts running sideways, and I'm like, he looked hurt, tail down, kind of like a dog running with his ass down a little.
Yeah, like a dog that has a hair coming out of his ass with something stuck to it.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like
You know what I'm
Exactly what you're talking about.
People know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
they just look hurt. So I'm following him my scope, and he's getting far, like 100 yards, and he gets into this thick creek bottom before it goes up a pretty good ravine, like pretty steep.
The
hill.
hub. We call it the hub.
Yeah, the hub. So I pop off another shot as he's kind of moving. He's not running full speed, but he's kind of moving. And I knew that one hit him because he reacted to it, and he stopped and he turned to go up the hill. So I got on the side of a tree and really got still as he was starting to go up this hill, and I was like, "This one's gonna count." And I hit him in the back, and that one dropped him. So after all that, I'm like, "Son of a bitch."
Gun season's so sloppy, ain't it?
Yeah, it's sloppy.
I mean, we got $3 here on the table that got 9 holes in them.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is, man. It's just
Everybody wants everything to be romantic. Deer comes out,
Yeah,
poop
no.
plot, eats, you
never
shoot him, and he runs off, and you go recover him, and he dies. But
sometimes.
It does sometimes.
I got a gun in my hand. I know that's a deer shot. He's still moving. I'm gonna keep pumping him.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't send a report when he was running away.
It was
first time.
It was too thick through the
Yeah.
trees,
Yeah.
and at that point, I wasn't sure I hit him. So if you're not sure you hit him the first shot, it's not like you want to start sloppying shots at him.
Right. Wound
But-
him.
I knew as soon as he stopped and started to turn up that hill, I'm like, I knew he was done then because I knew that shot was going to put him down, and it put him down hard. So I run up to him. I'm like, what buck is this? This is not the buck I thought I was shooting.
Yeah.
And for a slight bit of time, I'm like, I shot a second buck. That wasn't him.
We've been there before too, where it's like, oh fuck,
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, oh shit, did I shoot a second buck? So I kind of did a little.
Mom, buy a tag. I'm kidding.
Yeah. So that's when I text you guys, and I found his trail, and I was able to find his trail from where he was. He kind of did like a little loop, so he kind of went to the left, and then in that creek bottom, he went back down.
Yeah.
But I was able to find his trail because he actually had gut matter on his trail.
Yeah.
After he went down, I was able to follow because it was like a green trail. And long story short, the first shot I hit him perfectly mid body both ways.
Yeah, that's the thing about gunshots with guts. Gut shots with guns. You're not going to get much.
No, so it was mid body, front to back, and mid body up and down.
Like right through the belly.
Yeah, so gutting him was nasty. And then when we butchered him, we weren't quite sure where my second shot hit, but when we butchered him, it was an inch away from the first shot.
I found the bullet.
Yeah.
It lodged in his hide on the opposite side. Like it was in his hide. After Isaac had drug him in here, we're like laying here, or we're laying in. He's laying in the shop. And Kyle's like, "What the fuck is that?" And I reached down in there and I pulled the sabot out of the skin. It went all the way through him, and then was stuck in the skin on the opposite side, right where when you gut a deer, where you pull the hair back.
Yeah.
It was right in that.
Huh.
So
it was second. He put two.
So we don't know if that was the first or second. One of them passed through, and one of them stuck in there.
And Isaac put 2 shots directly mid body, up, down, side to side.
Yeah,
2,
an inch apart.
2 of them.
Jeez.
His insides were disgusting. Yeah, absolute
Jello.
And the second shot was he was kind of down. His back end was down a little bit, and he started going uphill. So it was right in his back, and it stopped in his brisket. So that shot put him down hard. It rode his back strap up, and then it went down into the cabin. Because I butchered the deer today, and it was,
Did you lose a back strap?
Yeah, so those 450s are amazing because the whole back strap, the one back strap was separated from the ribs, and there was hair all the way through.
It pulled it in.
Yeah, like 20 inches in there.
Wow.
And then all the way into the brisket.
Were you using the black?
Yeah, the horned deer.
Oh yeah.
So you weren't using the hand loads for that one?
No, not with my gun. I sighted in with those.
Those horny blacks are nasty, man. Yeah. That's what I shoot.
Box them right there.
Yeah.
But unbeknownst to me, it was a different buck. A buck we'd had a lot of history
He was
with.
one of the bitch eights.
Yeah, so
we had a lot of different bitch eight. I know that sounds disparaging, but we had a lot of deer that were in the 110 to 120 point category.
And we had three bucks that looked exactly alike.
Yeah.
One of them was missing a brow. That was the one brow. The other one was a little bit bigger, which I had an encounter with him during
his brow tines were even. Maybe the right side a little bit higher.
And they were longer.
Yeah, and then this buck.
This is the smallest of the identical bucks.
had a high left brow. This one. So we have a lot of trail camera videos of him, and the whole year.
Yeah, and he's probably a 3-year-old.
Yeah, like there's gonna be some people that are listening that are like, well, the Simons preach shooting mature bucks, and here they are with another 3-year-old. Listen, that shit happens.
Oh yeah,
this shit happens.
And I don't regret it. No, it was a deer that I identified in the woods as what buck I wanted to shoot, and I shot him.
Yeah,
came in chasing does.
Mm-hmm. That's what happened to me last year.
And it was so quick. If he would have came out into the field, I would have been able to videotape him and get a good look at him. I'd have been like, oh, that's the one I don't want to shoot. I don't think. But
I mean, that
through the woods, and 2 days before, the other deer did the same exact thing with 2 does. They both have this little bladed G2. Like, I don't know, maybe if I would have taken more time to study him, I would have lost the opportunity to shoot him.
The other deer's been on camera a lot since you shot this one.
And truck nuts has too.
And truck nuts, and potentially, I gotta look back at the trail camera videos.
The 9.
That I think the 9's the G3. I think the G3 buck, which is a 5.5-year-old, maybe even older, like actual older mature buck. I think he came through the food plot last night too. There was a deer that had 4 on one side up that came through the food plot.
Yeah, so a different deer.
Yeah, so and this food plot's the same food plot where I killed my buck opening day. We talk about it all the time. It's the double watering hole Seafield corner food plot. It's got brassicas in it right now. The does are hammering it. There's been bucks fighting in this food plot the last 4 or 5 days in the snow after dark every night. It's the hub of activity on the farm, like you said, and it's working out exactly how we wanted it to. Isaac killed his buck out of the same exact blind I killed my buck out of. I mean,
and a lot of people say that it's a smaller deer that I want to kill. Wasn't the age class, blah blah blah. But this year, I was ready to be done. I'm really happy to have a buck.
Yeah.
I hunted a lot. It's cold out. I don't want to hunt anymore.
And the buck you wanted to kill was dead unbeknownst. At the time, you didn't know.
And unbeknownst to me, the buck I was hunting was already dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can't really ask for much more.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, man.
Congratulations.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'd be a really cool story if there wasn't these 2 big bucks here lately.
Yeah, I know. Well, And a little bit.
Yeah, he drinks it.
We had 2 140s hanging in the shop already, and I'm like, I gotta drag my 114 in here.
And then we podcasted 2 nights ago, and 3 more
140.
145s to 150s were in the shop. So
And now there's another 140 in here.
So there was 5 different 142 plus bucks in the shop. Then Isaac's got his. What did he end up scoring?
114.
114. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's an Isaac shoots 8 points in that category.
That's what I do.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
I guess next year, if we got a really big one coming in, opening day, I'll run the camera.
Hey, I like filming. And so the way this year was going and my hunting was kind of poor, like I'm thinking like I would just rather be filming somebody else this whole time.
Should have been going Nick.
I know. Man, hunting with Nick ain't no fun. He has
I don't
rolling
know.
around on the ground.
Yeah, we're seeing a shit ton of deer. So next week's podcast, now that we got all this shit wrapped up, next week's podcast, I don't know. I have to figure out how I'm going to get it out and when, but like I'm going to try to get Nick on and I'm going to try to get Tyler on because Tyler had a just phenomenal hunt in the woods. He killed his second best buck, beautiful deer. On
Classic
film.
gun season
Classic
story.
gun season. Just beautiful, beautiful buck. I happened to be filming with him that night or that morning, and I got to enjoy it all. And then Nick has just had an insane gun season. Nick's probably seen while hunting this gun
hundreds of deer.
Hundreds, probably over 200. I would wager to say that Nick's probably seen over 200 deer because I've sat with him twice, and I've probably seen 75 or 80, and he's hunted another 6 times on top of that. Like it's a lot of deer. May or may not have seen a shooter 3 times. I don't know.
So
if I'm allowed to say that, like
if you're watching or listening to this podcast, the gun season video should be out.
It'll be out.
It'll be out. Okay.
Yeah.
So Caleb,
you're listening on Monday. The gun
watch
season
the video from yesterday.
is out, and it's a dandy. It's a fucking dandy, for sure. I would have liked to have finished it off a little bit better, but we finished it off by drinking beer in the shop and hanging out.
Yeah, we got more.
That's fine.
We got more antlers in the shop than we've ever had by far.
If you've been watching our show, listening to our podcast, or you're anyone local that's followed us for any amount of years, you know that we do kill some deer, but there's never been a year like this. Every single guy is holding just a fucking good deer.
Yeah,
and it's great.
Yep.
I've killed the smallest buck in the shop this year. My West Virginia buck is the smallest. It was 104.
Not bad.
Like, not bad for a West Virginia deer. That's the smallest buck out of the whole entire shop. So.
Who has the biggest in the shop?
I don't know. The biggest guy has the biggest buck.
I'll take that.
You know anything about that?
I'll take that.
Chris Gore is going to take this trophy.
I hope it gets beat. Dylan's still out there. Nick's still out there. So.
Dylan has been putting in.
Yeah,
Dylan is a madman.
Yeah.
Dylan is a mad. I have not even asked him to do
Slaying
a podcast
some
because mentally he's not well.
He's got another doe hanging.
There's another doe hanging there. We've podcasted 3 weeks in a row with Dylan's dead deer hanging in here. But
he needed that doe though. He needed to get some confidence with that recurve. I commend him for going out.
Not to mention
like
it's
that.
Sunday of Ohio gun season, the worst day to bow hunt in the year.
Yeah, and
he
he's
killed a
out
doe
there
with a
slaying
recurve
does
bow,
with a recurve.
Luke killed a 200-inch buck once on Sunday gun season.
Yeah, when he's 14.
While I was watching Packers. A fact. It's a fact.
All right, ladies and gents.
Isaac's making us wrap this up.
Yep, let's wrap it up. Deer Shot Podcast episode 122. 122.
122.
We are out.